Procrastination is painful, and I find it even more painful now that I'm working from home. When I was working from the office, I consciously realized that a part of my work was for a show. I was trying to be a good worker, but I didn't really care that much about the outcome. I didn't care that much about productivity. If I was procrastinating, so be it. But right now, when I'm working from home, when I'm procrastinating, I do have an agony of procrastination itself, but I also realize that I'm wasting my time, and instead of finishing at 3 p.m., I might end up working until 4 or 5 or 6, and that makes it even more painful. Last time I was facing extreme case of procrastination happened about 2 years ago, and I just gonna describe you quickly the situation. I was working from home already. I was on the road sales rep, and the task that I was facing was cold calling university professors and setting up appointments with them. If you've done cold calling, or if you've never done cold calling, you just imagine that cold calling is nerve-wracking. That's what it is. But for me, cold calling was also extremely valuable because I had a small customer base and I wanted to expand it. And every appointment I set up with the university professor at the time would mean a new opportunity to make sales, and new opportunity to hit my numbers and to make connections at the department. So what I was facing was a huge task. At least in my eyes, maybe for some people it doesn't look like a big deal, but in my eyes it was a huge task that I didn't have the capability to deal with. And this is the message that I want to leave you guys with as well, is that if you are procrastinating, realize there is nothing wrong with you. You're just facing a difficult task, and a task that is important for you. You cannot just shrug it off, but you absolutely have to do it. But it's also too difficult for you at the moment, and there is something that needs to be done with it. So don't beat yourself up. Realize you are facing something difficult and big and important for you. And the first breakthrough that I had with that particular task, I was procrastinating for about 2 months from the point that I realized I needed to do it to the point where I actually started doing cold calling. And my first breakthrough was dealing with my energy levels. Now, what do I mean by energy levels? When I started, I was trying to do cold calling in the afternoon or in the evening before the end of the workday. And at that time of the day, my energy level was already low. I was already tired, and I didn't really want to do it. And I was finding all kinds of excuses not to do it because I was simply tired. And the moment I moved this cold calling activity to the first thing in the morning, I started actually doing it. First thing in the morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., my energy level is at its peak. And even if I hate cold calling at 9 a.m., I would still do it. It would be difficult, but I would still do it because I have enough energy to do it. That was my first breakthrough. So if you guys dealing with procrastination, look into your energy levels. Maybe there is part of the day when you are less tired. Maybe there is part of the day when you feel super pumped up. And see if you can move your activity to that part of the day and if it could make a difference for you. A second breakthrough that I had was dealing with my skill level. What do I mean by skill level? Somewhere on deep inside, I didn't believe that I was a good salesperson. I didn't believe that I could close the deals or could work, talk to university professors efficiently. And what I looked into was watching different sales training videos. So I looked at the guys who are good at cold calling, good at selling. I heard them speak. I heard them talk about different techniques. And I got excited. I got enthusiastic about selling. I got enthusiastic about selling, about trying different sales techniques. Now, I wasn't looking forward towards my morning hour of cold calling with dread anymore. I was more thinking of like, hey, this is cool. I'm going to cold call. Let me try something new. How cool it's going to be. Let's see if it works. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does, but I'm going to learn something in that hour. How cool is that? And that was already a step forward because now cold calling hour was an hour of learning something new and learning how to be a better salesperson. And a third breakthrough, third thing that I realized in the process of dealing with this procrastination was looking into my reward system. Reward system here. Because I'm a perfectionist. When I was in school and at university, I was always a straight A student. And unless I do something 100% perfectly, then I don't feel like I'm worthy of love and affection, and I don't deserve a pat on the back. So when I was thinking of cold calling and when I was doing it, I was like, no, I'm not gonna close a fantastic deal on this call, so the time is wasted. But in reality, even if I pick up the phone and dial 20 numbers and no one picks up the phone, right? Imagine that scenario. No one picks up the phone. It's still a win. I can still reward myself for just applying the muscle, for practicing the skill of dialing 20 phone numbers, of calling everyone at a particular department, because that skill will build up and build up and build up, and I'll become good at it. I'll become smooth at it. And even if one person picks up the phone and I have a chat with them, I'll be more relaxed next time around talking to that person. So changing my reward system and making myself feel good for whatever action that I take was valuable, helped me to deal with that procrastination. 6 months ago, I faced a case of procrastination again. I was already at a different position. I was working from home, I was working for myself, and I realized that the most important thing for me at the time was to start writing articles for my blog. And I hate writing, so here it is, a difficult task, a huge task, a task that is worth doing, but something that is so hard, ridiculously hard. But luckily, somehow, this system already kicked in for me automatically. Even before I started procrastinating, even the moment I decided to work on this task, I was like, yeah, first thing in the morning, that's where I'm doing it. 9 a.m. to 11, actually, now I wake up a little bit later, 10 to 12. 10 to 12 is when I'm writing. So, and from 10 to 12, I'm in front of my computer writing whatever I'm writing, but I'm already there working. I'm no longer procrastinating as I used to do the first time around. And guess what? Instantly, from the day I decided to start writing, I looked into my skill level here. I grabbed a few books about writing, how to be a good writer. I got onto blogs that teach writing. I got a program on Udemy about writing, and suddenly I no longer dreaded the writing hour, but I was thinking of how to apply the writing techniques, and I was brimming with enthusiasm that I got from the books and courses that I saw the previous day that I learned. I wanted to apply those techniques to my own writing. And my reward system was right the first time around. I knew that it's going to be difficult, and even if I just spent 2 hours staring at the blank page and write a bunch of gibberish, it was still better than procrastinating. Writing one good sentence in a day was good. Now I write 2-3 good paragraphs, and I'm proud of writing those 2 paragraphs. And I know that down the road, in that 2 hours of writing, I will write quality 300-600 words, and that's what I'm aiming at. So what I'm curious about is what procrastination cases you guys are dealing with, because everyone is so different, everyone is struggling with something, but there is also commonality with our struggles. So what is your procrastination case and how are you handling it? That would be so cool if you share, and if everyone knows that we're all in the same boat and there is nothing scary or special or wrong with any one of us. And if you guys want to work together on your productivity skills or improve your work from home experience, please join my Facebook group. That's where we all hang out and share our experiences and work on making our work from home experience a fantastic experience. And as always, if you're already in my Facebook group, thank you very much for staying on board. Thanks for your comments and thanks for watching my videos and supporting me.